another episode of the Rap Radio Show, hosted by me, Ryan A Polk. And today we got ourselves yet another good episode today with some special guests. Got some returning guests, and we also have a new guest. And before I introduce these guests, um, real quick, if you guys want to call in to the Rap Radio Show, because on here we talk about anything. If you want to call in for any questions, concerns, to give us some shit, or to give us some grief, or to even express your feelings, whatever you want to do, give us a call at 216-939-5087. That is 216-939-5087, and we'll be glad, man, to hear what you got to say or what you got to ask. So, as always, I gotta thank, man, my lovely producer, Decisive.
Hey Ryan.
Hey.
So we were let me see, we weren't here last week, right?
Yeah. Last week I wasn't here.
Yeah. So you had some more pretty cool things go down.
Yes.
Yeah.
which I'm about to explain that in a few. But first I want to introduce a returning guest, Glorious Ace. Always good to have you on here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And got a new guest on here today.
Let me get the pause.
Oh yes. And I got my new guest, who is no stranger to the radio realm. I want to introduce Honey Bad. Oh yes, let's go. Man, and speaking of like Decisive said, yes, I did have some cool stuff going on. Last week I had made an appearance on this Emmy. It's an Emmy Award winning show, and it was virtual. It's called Comics on Life, which is hosted by Stefan Braxton. He's Pittsburgh's own. He's a comedian. He was a TV show creator, of course, and producer, and also an actor. And we had such a good time on that show. That was my second time being on his show. If you want to look at the replays of those episodes, you can actually go on his YouTube, which is under Stefan Braxton. And yes, you can check out the episodes of Comics on Life. The show also appears on Roku as well. It appears on Roku, and it also appears on Grind City TV as well. So, or for those that know me personally, just hit me up and I'll send you the episodes. I'll send you the link.
That's what's up.
Yes. Thank you, man. Just out here trying to make moves, man. Man, Cleveland is just so much talent here in Cleveland. I don't think people even realize it.
No, they don't.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of talent,
Keep talking.
You said what?
I was telling Boris, keep talking for a minute.
Oh, so take your mic.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
And speaking of talent and interesting things, me and Honey Bad here, last Sunday we was at the VIP screening of episode 6 of P Valley.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Where we both actually got to interview Shamika Cotton, who's actually from Cleveland, an actress from Cleveland. Shout out to her.
Shout out to Tracy Potts. Shout out to Ohio Media School. Shout out to #photographer. Shout out to everybody that tapped in with us that weekend.
And the Greater Cleveland Association, the film, Greater Cleveland Film. I'm gonna get their name. My Lord have mercy, I can't do that. I'm on the board. Yeah, G Cup. That's it. Yeah.
G Cup.
Captivate with an 8.
Oh yes, Captivate. Definitely shout out to them.
Yeah, and the National Association of Broadcasters.
Yes, it was dope.
Yes, and also I gotta give a shout out to you, Decisive, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even have able to make it to that event.
Thank you. Right back to G Cup. It's the connections, baby.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It is about the connections, because that's what it is now today, especially in entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
Yeah, because you know how when your parents just always tell you, don't talk to strangers, but when you're an entertainer in this field, you got to.
Yes.
You got to talk to the strangers, and it was such a nice premiere. We got to. It was VIP, and we got to watch the whole episode, and Shamika, she was like talking about it and stuff and everything. It was very, it was a very fun experience. stuff like that is just, oh man, I would just love to attend more stuff like that.
Yeah,
No doubt.
And interview,
networking.
yes, interview more celebrities, yes. But and also, you know, so we also got some good topics on here today, man, because you know we talk about anything, as I say. And first though, and Glorious, you know, I actually gotta thank Glorious for this one because he was the one who actually brought this one up. So I want to get you guys' opinion on this. Well, we want to get y'all opinion on this. So he has said this. He said the black community is definitely not respecting cops at all right now.
We don't have a reason to.
They don't have a reason to.
We don't have a reason to. And I have family members that are police officers, but here's my thing. You gotta draw a divided line on morality in life. You know, like they're doing things that are just straight up wrong.
Yeah,
you know, they're taking innocent people's lives, unarmed citizens, and every white person that commits a crime, especially major crimes that cost multiple lives, they're walking away with their lives. We don't have a reason to be respectful. We don't have a reason to be understanding. What understanding when you obviously are telling us that you don't understand us and you don't want to?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's
I don't think it's we're not going to respect y'all. I think it's more so like, you know, generally everybody's tired. Like, y'all or the police system, whomever is not doing what they're supposed to, like, they know who they are. And they know that it's a stereotype, just as it is for black people. You know what I mean? So, initially, like, when they decide to want to come together, like, maybe they'll figure that point out. But in the meantime, between time, like, you know, you kind of have to learn to protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely.
it's like, yeah, you need them when you need them, but like you initially have to do it on your own.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah,
Ace,
I mean, I just feel that calling the police isn't safe sometimes. You know, so how I look at it, you know, I've heard stories of a young lady called the police, she's getting bullied, she calls the police and they turn around and kill her because they said she was the aggressor.
Yeah.
She called, but she calling for help. So for me, I'm actually afraid to call the police. That's like the last thing resort. If I have to call the police, it's a situation that's really messed up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it is messed up because it makes you feel like, okay, yeah, because you're not really safe when these are the people who are supposed to be protecting and serving. And you know, and of course, you know, they want to look at us as the victims when we're caught in a situation. But yeah, it's almost I can get what Ace is saying. You know, you almost scared to call the police, and because you know it's not you can't really trust them at this point.
Look, I'm terrified to even get pulled over by the police.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, getting pulled over by the police at nighttime, imagine being in the car by yourself.
Yeah.
A little bit of anxiety.
Yeah, you get that anxiety. Like, is he going to kill me? Is he going to plant something on me? Is he going to arrest me? Is he going to set me up? You know, and it shouldn't be like that. You know, you get pulled over by the police. If I'm speeding, I'm speeding. You know, just give me the ticket and let me go. I shouldn't have to lose my life for a speeding ticket. You know, people are losing their lives for traffic violations.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah, for the most ridiculous things. Just like with Jalen Walker. I mean, there was no reason to shoot that guy 60 times. And did they?
Well, just like 137 times, you know.
Yeah.
Well, they shot him in the back.
They did.
I mean, I feel if you got your back turned, you're no longer a threat.
Right. How can you be?
And I look at it that it was much very well overkill. What I don't understand, you got Jalen Walker, they're pulling him over, he gets shot 60 times for a traffic violation.
Yeah.
We got this white man in Buffalo, New York, killing people going to the grocery store shopping for their family.
Right.
How the heck he get to go to jail with his life, but this man get killed for a traffic violation?
Right. Or just like the shooter in Chicago.
Right.
If that was the other color, dude, you would have been hearing about him getting shot up by the police and being killed.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just not fair.
The law's not fair. They're giving us heavier times. You know, if you go out here today and you pull your gun out on somebody and you say it's self-defense, you don't kill the person. You just pulled your gun out. You know that could be a felony.
Just by pulling it out.
Just by pulling it, it could be a felony.
Oh wow! See, I
You know
didn't
what
think
I'm
of it
saying?
like that.
But
Well, not anymore. Now with the new law, and
Oh,
with
with
the
the
new
gun.
law, we allowed to just
Open carry, yeah.
well, and
yeah.
that's in certain states.
That's here too.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
here
got
too.
passed too. Yeah. And you know, you still need a license to conceal carry because I don't want everybody to know my business. I don't get that. I really don't. I don't understand. Like, you know, for the lunatics out there, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, but that's just how I feel. But for the lunatics out there, yeah, they want to walk around open carrying and stuff. And I want to say it's primarily European Americans. You know, because I don't feel like it's anybody's business to know that I'm walking around carrying a gun because it's purely for protection. I'm not up here trying to show off or impress nobody. You know, it's purely for protection. So,
and that's actually, and while we've been on that topic, because because last time we had you on here, Ace, you had gave us your take on about the gun laws, and Decisive already has. I have. Honeybee, we wanna know, how do you feel about with this new law for guns? What do you think? Do you think that people should be allowed to carry them, or do you think that they do need to have a license to conceal it?
I mean, initially, you should. In my eyes, I think you should. So that way, they know what they're supposed to know.
mm-hmm.
If you don't know, then you don't know. I get that, but like with so many things happening with weapons, like wouldn't you just? I mean, it just makes sense. But like sometimes they don't really have the perspective of the majority. So I guess in that decision, like it might just make people a little bit more comfortable just to have it. You know what I mean? But it also can make people do weird stuff. You know, people do shenanigans all the time. But it's also like you know what your purpose is with it. So like you can, if you got the license or not, like if you don't have it one way or another, like it's either gonna be win or lose in that situation. You know what I mean?
Yep. And don't we got the stand your ground law now too in Ohio, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is like which is probably the dumbest law ever created on this planet. Yeah.
Some more dumber ones, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, stand your ground law is definitely have to put that in the top 3 because not only are they allowing it to where you don't have to have concealed anymore, but now you're allowing stand your ground law.
Yeah.
Which is definitely a battle, and when if you take it to court on both ends.
Well, I look at it like this. If you got this, I look at it like this. You just don't know what's gonna happen at any time. You can't even take your kids to the park without worrying about somebody shooting.
Listen, hey, look, my daughter's taking free lessons through the city of Cleveland because the city of Cleveland offer free sports programs. Y'all, my daughter been taking tennis for the past 4 years, and we were up at Carouche.
Carouche.
Yeah, and we ain't up there no more because them fools don't know how to act in the neighborhood.
Right.
So,
but you gotta look. In this country, we have the most mass shootings out of any country in the world. We talking about beyond the Taliban, Pakistan, Afghanistan, in the Middle East. It's actually more likely in United States to be killed just going to a parade, going to an amusement park, walking into the grocery store. Unfortunately, we're a very, very violent country.
We are.
We're a violent country. We're still dealing with. We maybe not technically living this. We're kind of still living in segregation. If you look in, but that's a whole different subject. Yeah. But we're still dealing with the same foolishness we've been dealing with for the last 300 years.
Exactly.
Just in a more advanced, futuristic way.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff is what's the word? You know how you learn a bad habit. And, if you initially want to unlearn that bad habit, I think that's when you decide to make better decisions. But initially, we all grew up on bad habits, bad traditions, bad, I don't want to say bad like that, but it's like it wasn't good. It was like all you got to do is to survive, to live. And it's like it's not that time anymore. So the fact that a lot of people are used to doing the same thing, they don't like to change. So it's like initially, it really all start with what you eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of the foods that are here are banned in other countries. Like that's why this side of the country is so aggressive because everything that they eat over there is banned. You know what I mean? Like
no wonder they consider our country overweight.
something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of things they have over there, you would never.
Like, where you mean when you say over there?
Like over in like other countries.
Because when you notice though, you look at those pictures of people, African people, you notice that their teeth are really white.
Like in the UK, they don't eat. I mean, they have like their own mock generic version of it, but like initially, like you can't even go there and think you're gonna eat something from here or there. You're not gonna find it.
Mm.
You know
See, I didn't know that.
That's true.
I mean, I kind of knew, which I know what she's saying, because if you go to the Mediterranean, they eat more clean and more healthy than we do. We do a lot of dirty eating here.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
People,
the most unhealthy.
Yeah, we got the most people in the world on dialysis. You know what I mean? And it's
Diabetic. Yeah.
Diabetes is like number one, second high blood pressure.
Yeah.
But we know why though, right? Because we had to create. We were taken away from our homeland, and we had to recreate the wheel on what we had to eat, and we had to make it work. Because they were giving us crap. We had to turn crap into gold.
Right.
Yep.
Well, I think with her point, what she's saying, not just black people. I think you just saying in general.
But mainly us. It's really only mainly us because we're really the only ones that are unidentifiable to our true culture because.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Let me tell y'all something. This is what's trivial to me. Like, I don't know how. I know that being taken away from your homeland is a lot, but seeing the fact that since we've been here and we've been here longer, I wish we'd have shared, information, from a long time. I wish that our generations were better at keeping records, because like.
I mean, most of the records was kept in the map in their braids or.
Yeah. But like when it comes down to it, it's like we've been here longer than what European Americans want to even discuss. You know what I'm saying? Look, breaking it down to Louisiana Purchase. If y'all know about Louisiana Purchase, y'all need to check it out.
Well, I didn't know.
Oh, baby, check out the Louisiana Purchase.
Might not know.
Yeah.
So the Louisiana Purchase, I'm gonna pull it up so I don't stumble or crumble. But and while I'm pulling it up, I don't know where we got lost in not pulling it together as a culture. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of do.
Okay, no, I'm saying it because we've been here so long, and then it's stuff that doesn't even identify us to this very day, y'all, like being called black. Where can you look up the word black in any dictionary, encyclopedia, thesaurus, and see that it defines us?
Yeah.
And then they call us African Americans. They call us African. I'm not African American. I gotta check a European American all the time. And then guess what? When I say that, guess what? They have babies. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean European American? That's what you are.
Yeah.
If I'm African American, Afro American, however you want to identify, like you're European American. You're not indigenous of this land. Your culture, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have you indigenous of this land. Now we might be now. Now we are. We're indigenous. You know what I'm saying? We're born here. Look, my generation, my African roots go back beyond 5 generations. And so that's why, and I talked about it.
I'm gonna make a point though.
Go ahead.
Part of what I was reading, I was studying. Black history when I was in college. Lots of times, what they did was a lot of African people came from different part of the country of West Africa. Some even from far as East Africa. We all integrated. We was all mixed up. So that's part of the reason why a lot of us didn't know how. They made it where we couldn't even communicate with each other because everybody spoke different languages during that slavery time. When the people in Africa was selling their own people into slavery. You know what I'm saying? For guns and wine and liquor and money. You know what I'm saying? So we came from so many different parts of the continent. You know what I'm saying? It was hard for people to trace their roots. If they was getting kidnapped away from their family, and you're placed with people in the same country, and that y'all don't even speak the same language. Africa's a big country. There's a lot of languages in there. There's a lot of different cultures, different tribes, different way of living. And I think that's not the whole reason why a lot of us don't know our true roots and everything like that. But I think that could be part of it. If you from Ethiopia and I'm from Nigeria, we're not on the same page.
Yeah.
Well, we live different.
Yeah.
Well, this is why it's important to go ahead and look up the Louisiana Purchase, and then there's something that I'm missing, and it'll probably come to me. Hopefully, it'll come to me before the show is over with. But Louisiana Purchase was the acquisition of the territory of Louisiana by the United States, y'all, from the French First Republic in 1803. Now, prior to that, clicking on the map. Prior to that, Louisiana took up most of the United States, and we were surrounded by New Mexico and Texas and Louisiana and China and Africa and Europe. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, so we weren't broken down into the United States prior to the Louisiana Purchase.
Oh.
Yeah, we were right next door.
You know something new every day.
We were right next door to a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute.
Yes, did not know that.
Yeah.
This is the queen of finding out about new shit.
Well, I love history, y'all. That's what I do.
Yeah, this is facts.
And I'm a journalist. Yeah, I'm a journalist. I love history, too.
I can see. I love history, too. But damn, I didn't know that much.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so, like, once it was purchased, and that's the reason why everything is so agendor, or Geechee, as they want to call it. You know what I'm saying? The bayous of Louisiana.
I had that for the Patron. I remembered all this, but it came all in my head.
Oh, man. Liquor talks? Okay.
Yeah.
Liquor smarts.
Next show is definitely, we're going to...
hey, man.
Yeah, but that's why everything is... Yeah, but that's why everything is so Frenchly organic over there in Louisiana because of who it was purchased by and who truly owns Louisiana.
They got some good food.
They do. Hey, they do.
Now, y'all do. Yeah, y'all learn more about it because this is during Thomas Jefferson's time. You'll learn how it became one, because it didn't immediately become a state of the United States. Eventually it did though. Eventually it did. Because then other stuff was purchased. Other stuff like Minnesota was purchased, which ended up being on the West Coast. Of course, Oregon, which was always there. I don't know how.
It's so weird. It's like what are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, for what we know, man, shit. Next thing you know, Wakanda might be a state for real.
Yep, it was middle states like.
It's really a place. Like I don't care what no one says. We haven't found it yet. Mm-hmm. It's probably like underwater in the underworld.
Girl, listen.
You talking what you saying?
Wakanda. I think Wakanda might be the 51st state. Yeah.
All the Wakandans are they probably on Mars though. Like we not in the right spot.
No,
Mars? Oh man, you talking about aliens now?
No,
snap!
I mean, that's probably what Wakanda is.
A bottle of beer? Oh no, I think it's one in the kitchen.
Next commercial break.
Yeah, next commercial break. Yeah, we'll get to that on the commercial. But Mars.
Yeah.
She said Mars.
Y'all make sure y'all look up.
For me, y'all.
Yeah, that's what's up. Y'all make sure y'all look up this Louisiana Purchase though, so y'all understand even before 1803 who were the first states, but we weren't aligned as the United States of America yet. It's crazy. Y'all make sure when y'all get a chance to look it up.
I still believe she said Mars, though, man. I like Mars, man. That was my favorite planet in school.
We learned about Ryan red. Yeah. No water.
Well, probably only because red is my favorite color, so maybe that's why I like Mars. I mean, I didn't learn about space until 2nd grade, so as a kid, I'm like, oh my goodness, a red planet? Dude, I want to live on that planet. Dude, that's how Mars became my favorite. I had quite a big imagination. Like, I used to think the Saturn Ring, I used to think that you can actually ice skate on that thing. When really, if you try to, you're going to fall.
I'm not going to lie, it looks skatable.
Yeah. But try to ice skate on it. Try to ice skate on it, then you're going to be falling to your death.
Planes made up of nothing but a bunch of gas.
You say what? Oh, yes, that would be going. But although I would like to go into space one day. I don't know. Maybe they might create some invention to where you can go into space. You don't have to be no astronaut. You could just take a tour.
The way it's looking, did you hear about the spaceship in Florida a few nights ago?
No, I did not hear about that.
It was definitely one hanging about the sky. My friends did video.
A spaceship, like a UFO or a space shuttle?
It was definitely a UFO.
Oh, shit. Some aliens.
Because planes don't, leave a weird little trail like the trail that I saw. It wasn't, that's not a plane trail. It was random in the sky, random.
But dude, I really do believe there is
life?
Other life outside of this place. This place just can't be the only place of life. I think there is other places in life that's much more advanced than we are. I wonder if
Niggas who
the
live in the sun.
callers, but the other people around the internet world believe this.
That's well, I always look at it like this. When it comes to that, think about Area 51 with all the secrets they got.
Ooh,
That's
child.
right, and everything. Yes, with
Okay.
with Area 51, and then that whole thing with Roswell and everything.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing an alien. You know, if I see an alien, dude, I'm gonna tell him, yo, can you do me a favor? Can you like take me in your shuttle and fly me to Vegas? That way I can get some free airfare.
We won't see you no more. You be a project.
Oh, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You dissect
You never
your
know.
everything.
Like, if
Listen.
they're kind of you and you're kind of them, like maybe things could go.
Yeah, I'll introduce them. I'll introduce them to this Kinsman liquor or Kinson. Yeah, I'll introduce them to that. You know, give them a little.
This Cleveland wine.
Yeah, this Cleveland wine. Yeah, they'll get them a little tipsy. You know, because I'm sure aliens don't get drunk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send some chips because I'm a vegan. I hear I'm a vegan. You want some watermelon? I definitely asked him. I'm pretty sure he's hungry.
Yeah. So yeah, so yeah, if you treat them good, yeah, you know, I just want to get some free airfare. That's all. You know, because I want to fly around the world. I want you to fly me to Jamaica. I want you to fly me to Paris.
Man, they
Fly
probably
me
like
everywhere.
Capri Suns.
You said what?
They probably like Capri Suns, like the Pacific one.
The Pacific.
It's the Pacific one, specifically the Pacific one. They probably like Capri Suns, like on Jesus.
So I didn't think of it like that. I mean, they already got fingers that look like little suction cups.
Easy to grab and just,
Oh, so hey, man, aliens! I can see aliens getting stoned. So
probably like
take them to the hookah bar. Or let's no, matter of fact, no, just take them down to East Cleveland. Meet up with one. Get them some edibles.
So you get out crack.
Yeah,
They can
get them
go
some
like
edibles.
It's gonna be cracking these Cleveland.
They can go on Coventry. They can go like to Mayfield or Superior, but like after that, like they should put a sign right there, like when Superior and Coventry starts, like, hey, enter at your own risk, because if you go down there, you're not gonna come back.
Girl, listen,
Like, it
you
should be a
better say
sign,
that, y'all.
like a big old red, it just big old red.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, speaking about not making out of somewhere alive. Guess where I had DoorDash at? Guess where I had DoorDash at and had one on my Snapchat talking about, look, y'all, I'm here DoorDashing in this area, but I'm still alive. I did a DoorDash in Little Italy.
What?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I have too.
Yes, and I was
I
like,
did
I'm
one
in
of them
Little Italy.
foods,
I'm in
though.
Little Italy, man. I'm still alive, y'all. I felt like a true, I felt special.
Like a thug.
I think Little Italy has calmed down, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
That's just like back in the maybe 90s. It was like that, wasn't it?
I think
80s, 90s, or something like that.
They were like that over there.
Oh yeah. It
They
used to be dangerous
were.
in Little Italy. Yeah.
Are we talking about the same Little Italy though?
Yeah, like head towards downtown. Yeah.
Okay.
Cleveland, yeah. At least from the stories I used to hear, that they said that like back in the day, Little Italy was the area that you should not have been going through. And
Yeah, because they used to
definitely
jump
not
you.
going
If you was
by
black, they try and jump you.
Yeah, that was
Right,
like
Yeah.
the olden days. Unless I don't think that's an issue now.
Oh no, it's not an issue now.
And it was as far back. I don't know about the olden days, but it was as far back as the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, I mean,
it did happen then.
That's the old.
That ain't the olden days, baby. What are you saying? What are you saying?
Right. What are you saying?
I'm a 70. Yeah, I was born in the 70s.
John Turkey.
Yeah.
Man, I would
Yeah.
love that.
I'd have loved to call somebody a jive turkey just off GP. Can somebody call me that?
You still can. You still
You
can.
can,
It's so funny how they say it.
Yeah.
Like you saying the jive too hard.
I mean, the '70s just like it was fun. I just wish I could go back in time and
Yeah, I
just
mean-
go kick it in the '70s.
Like I can wear my fro whenever, however, and they
Exactly.
don't mess with me.
Yes.
I would have tried to go on Soul Train.
And I don't think people was asking to touch your hair like that. Back
No, they
then.
weren't.
They weren't?
couldn't have been, because first of all, no.
No.
Oh yeah, no, they don't, because everybody had an afro.
Like, don't touch my hair so much.
Yes, I felt very,
And
very
it
sorry
was-
for a
yeah.
bald guy. I did. I felt sorry for him. Who the bald ones? Yes.
Like,
I know
not
they were
trying to
sorry.
be funny,
No, they
but, like,
weren't. They were the sexy
They
ones
had
back
to
then.
they had to be like, ooh, like I'm just sexy. Like,
They did.
And
Until
then
it's
be in the
balances
bathroom
and all
longer
of
than the
them.
ladies. Like, first of all, get out. But then you've been in here for 2 hours. Like, the ladies probably was really salty. They probably wore their shoes. Like, imagine you and your significant other wearing the same shoe size. Like, it's over. We both got our own. Imagine Prince and his girlfriend.
Yeah, that was.
What if him and Apolloni had the same shoe size?
They probably did.
They probably did.
Or the same pants.
Even though, well, let me tell y'all. Okay, so let me get a little fundamentals about back then. Back then, you know, that's where the myth came from that, you know, a man's schlong, you know, they based it on the shoe size. Men walking around because they had big ass feet. You know, you didn't have to be a ball player.
Why is it just back then?
Because it was back then. Because that's where it came from back then.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where it came from. You know, so they automatically assumed that if you had, you know, if you was rocking the size 9 or 10 plus, that you was hanging. And well, today we know that that's a lie. We know that was just a myth. Yeah.
Oh, so
that's just a myth.
I think she might be right though, because
there's a true measure to how you can, you know, know somewhat the actual size of a man's, but the feet ain't it.
I think the big feet was a turn on.
9.5.
Yeah, the feet ain't it.
But the feet used, I think, was a turn on back in the 70s, because now that I think about it, I remember that scene from Roll Bounce. Remember when he would give him the big skates?
Yeah, that's
he would give him. He was like, yo, because he was like, what size skate you wear? I'm like, he was like, I'm wearing 11. He was like, man, women like the big feet. He was like, okay,
13.
give me a 13. Yeah.
13, Raysean.
So I think
13.
the big feet I think decisive is right.
I know I am. That's a fact.
You're the fact lady, yes.
But
that's a fact.
Facts.
Yeah, but they were wrong.
I'm just trying to picture you in the 70s, man. So did you wear like the dashiki and the big afro?
I wear those still today, but no, I never had an afro. My hair all got straightened. I had a Jerry curl.
You did? Oh.
Yes, I did have a Jerry curl.
Let your song.
Okay, yes, honey, yes.
Or did you wear the medallion?
And braids, and it was braids. Yeah, no, we dressed according to the time and styles. It wasn't no, you know, all of that. That was the 60s.
What the medallion was?
No, the dashikis and stuff. That was the 60s.
That was
the that was the 70s wasn't dashikis though. The 60s and well, okay, so yeah, the early 70s were somewhat the dashikis coming into the culture, but that was mainly in the 60s though. Mainly in the 60s because when my mom and dad was growing up in the 50s, you know, they were growing up during a time where you couldn't look white people in the face, or you were getting, you know, beat up, killed, or, you know, put in jail. You know, back when my mother and father was growing up, you know, you couldn't drink. You know, there were the whites only fountains and the black only fountains. There was a lot of marching and stuff going on. I just wish that they didn't get so comfortable, because they got comfortable in the 70s, you know. Of course, later on by 77, 78, that's when rap began, you know.
Hello.
Yeah, so, you know, they got real comfortable. Flower Children were deep in the 70s and stuff. They got comfortable. And they got comfortable with European Americans, you know, because they were so-called giving grace when... You know what I don't understand, y'all, is how could you be giving grace when you created this shit, though? You know what I'm saying? That's what ticks me off. And that's why I'm like, they really slacked off. And this is where I can't slack off anymore. This is where you guys can't slack off, especially if we want to see our kids not have to go through what we're going through. You know, like, but they really slacked off and got real comfortable with the grace that was given in life. And how could you accept that? Because I would have been purely offended. You know, look, we created this world.
Yes, we did.
We created this world. Everything, you know, even on up to date. You know, creator of Super Soaker was a black man. Shout out to JT.
Yep.
You know, John Hudson. You know, who, if you ever see JTEC somewhere, that's him. You know, because he's the man of over hundreds of patents. You know, both in life and science, and he's still living.
Yes, Decisive be finding a lot of facts, because I think, who was it? I think the first one. I think a black man had created the lint roller. Then he created a shower curtain, or not a shower curtain, but the rail or something.
Yeah, the lint roller and the shower curtain, the shower rail. Yeah,
the shower rail.
Don't forget the maxi pad. You know. So Marie Van Britton Brown, look here. It took another 30 years before it was discovered. Yeah. Oh yeah, the cell phone. Oh, okay, so let's get current. Text messaging. Okay, picture messaging. That was created by a black man and a black woman, you know.
It was,
you know, and let the history continue. But I just don't understand how back then. I know we ain't going for it now, y'all. But I just don't understand how you give so much to this world, sleeping on beds and eating with utensils, because they didn't. They did hands. You know, we created utensils. It started out being wood, and it started out only being a spoon and a knife. you know, and then the fork came in later because they got tired of chasing stuff with the spoon, you know. Yeah. You know. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. The bed. You know, the refrigerator, everything. You know, everything. Like we did everything.
And they don't want to credit these people, which is a damn shame.
Well, you know, they don't want to recognize because they,
recognize,
you know, because we gonna give them the credit. We talking about it.
Y'all ever seen that meme or like a picture on IG or Facebook where it's like a buttload of fish in the shape of a big old whale trying to eat the shark?
Yeah.
I've never seen that one.
Like, why can we make those things and be proud of those things or have a caption up under that picture but not like actually do it? Like, not being funny, but you have the weights, and it's like we just like, nah, I don't like you. It's like F you, you're cool, not like, you know, it's like that. How are we supposed to? How are we supposed to build together if we're all like, no, I'm not gonna help you because you might be better than me, or if I help you, it's gonna, you know, it's one thing to ask for help, but then don't want to receive it when it's given. Like,
right.
If these people, these leaders of the community will understand, like, not being funny or, you know, disrespecting the leaders of the community, but, like, I really don't think they're talking to the community on the community's level. Like, they're not getting it because you're not there with them. You got these random people just say, hey, I'm just going to come over here. You don't even know these people.
Yeah.
You don't even know little Jeffrey done been raised over here on this tree his whole life, and his great still around the corner.
Right.
You don't know. So, like, of course it's going to be weird because it's different. People don't like change, but the thing is, if it's a weird change or negative change, it's going to create even more negativity.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So, like, people just initially don't want to start the foundation the right way. They want to start it, but, like, not follow the protocols to get there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Wow. So you learned something new every day. Yes. And I just realized this. I didn't even do this with my new guest. I wasn't a gentleman, you know, because usually in the beginning, you know, I would get to whenever I got somebody new on here, have them, you know, talk about themselves a little bit. So yes, honey. Oh wait a minute.
What's going on?
Echo. A little too close to the mic.
Yeah.
Was it me? Oh yeah, it probably was me because I heard it in my ear. But yes, honey bath. So yes, you got yourself you got some interesting background. Yes. Why don't you tell us and our listeners a little bit, man, about you?
Well, initially, God was like, hey, let me bring you in the world. My parents was having sex and it was like, girl, let me bring this girl in here. And I was like, hey, it's me. I was born back in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? And I got here, God was like, R.A.P, great. I was like, okay. So then, I became a mom and whatnot. And then I decided to not just be a mom, but remember, hey, you're a woman, you're a human being. Let's do what you need and want to do now. So I decided to stop talking about being on the radio for 14 years, and I got on the radio.
Okay.
So now I'm in school at Ohio Media.
Okay.
Broadcasting, and I've done some really lavish and dope events, and honestly, like, the universe and God just really appreciates my sacrifice, my therapy, my healing, my growing, my learning and relearning. So thank you, because I met you a few weeks ago too. So.
You know, Ohio Media used to be the Ohio School of Broadcasting.
Ohio Center.
Ohio Center of Broadcasting. I graduated from there too.
Oh man,
me too. My name on the wall.
Okay, so we got some.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at you. Like, I know who you are.
Okay, I got some experienced people in here. Okay.
I've been looking around this.
Yes.
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
Yeah.
They used to do job placements. They still do job placements and everything.
I think they've gotten better at it because back when we were there, it sucked.
Yeah, so
like they've got a whole wall of information for you. Like no matter what your speed level is, like they have different events, different hosting gigs. They just had this Rock the House up there the other day. I was leading class.
Oh wow.
And Linda, like she was just like, come on, it's like, come over here because I think you'd be great for this. I was like, all right, let me see.
That's dope.
And they had me in there dancing and soul training. It was really dope. Like, I really loved it. Like, my niece was hurting the next day.
Probably have to leave. You might have to leave.
I mean,
move and really maybe sometimes you have to move into a small market, move your way up to a big market.
Yeah. And so I was just rebranding.
So you might have to take the opportunity. They might tell you, hey, we got a job at such and such channel 8 in Missouri.
Because I thought it was dope. Like, she was like, come on over there. I was like, all right, because I was on my way out the door. Like, I didn't know anything about it because I was in the studio the whole time. But, like, when I went in there, I was like, all right, let me see what's going on. They had us in there, ask us questions. And my thing was my music. So they was like, all right, see if you can guess this song. I guessed all of them. Okay. Even though Brandon was trying to take all the points, like I knew all the songs.
When you say music, are you doing music? You sing?
Well, I mean, initially, I started off as singing. Shout out to Elsie Mesquity, Kid Cudi's mom.
Okay.
Sup, Scotty.
Wow.
Okay. Shout out to Miss Mesquity. I ain't seen her forever, but like, I dabbled in a little bit of rapping and making beats and stuff, and then shenanigans happened, and then I became a parent, and it's like, oh, let me get back. So when you're a Jill of all trades, you initially do what you need to do. And right now, outside of doing some interviews at some movie premieres and TV show premieres and just doing freelance photography, I'm really finding different ways of learning myself. So it's like, I think I'm going to try, not even I think, I'm doing things that I said I was going to do. Like, I have a fucking bucket list. Excuse my French.
Oh, you're allowed to say whatever you want.
No FCC here.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I got a fucking bucket list, and I've been doing everything that, others said I wouldn't do or I couldn't do, or things that I thought I wouldn't. So it's just like, if I can do it, I'm going to do it, within a reasonable, means. But it's just kind of like finding different versions of yourself really does change how you feel. Because, growing up in certain environments, it does have an effect on you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So once you start to see that, I guess, like, once you get sick of your own shit or sick of whatever shit, you just figure out to do something different. So just doing different. Like, I've never done a audio podcast on my own before this week. And I managed to do a pretty cool one. So it's like, all right, it's different. I'm used to being live right there, the hours. So it's like different. I edited and mastered it myself. So it's like, all right.
And you're at the best media school.
Yeah, no, but a lot of people are just doing podcasts now.
Well, yeah, podcasts.
There's different apps you can download on your computer and edit it. At home.
Yeah, Anchor, StreamYard, and all that.
Mm-hmm. And some things that mean, when I went, they didn't have that. That kind of apps and stuff like that.
It's a whole different ball.
It's a whole different ball game now. It's like getting into broadcasting now is more broader now. I mean, a lot of people think, if you in it for the money, then you in it for the wrong reasons.
Yep.
I just had to say that because a lot of people think, you see people on the radio, you see people on podcasts, they think it's about money. Because if it's about money, you're not going to make it. It's about the love of doing what you want to do, getting your voice heard, getting your opinion heard, getting the audience, and your fan base to listen to what you have to say, what your guests have to say. That's actually could be much more rewarding than this lavish life of being rich. Of course, we all want money.
Right.
Definitely. But if you could be decent doing something like this, that's the best reward you can get.
Yeah. Like, it was just so funny, because I saw something that Marlon Wayans had tweeted. I don't know if you saw this. He said that he'd rather do the reversal. He'd rather not have the fame and the fortune.
I saw that.
Yeah, which
I think that was
now. Yeah. And I think that's crazy.
Your family, your sister, your brothers, like all of you it's too late.
That wasn't his. Trust me, that wasn't his opinion at first. Everybody thinks and dreams of having some kind of notoriety and some kind of fame. You know what I'm saying? But the actual best fame really is being rich and nobody know who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being behind the scenes, the cameraman, the assistant director. You know what I'm saying? The makeup artist.
That's why you want to know something. That's why, man, I'll never forget what this one guy told me when I was taking an improv workshop. He told me that he told me that your behind the scenes people should get more Oscars than anybody because without them, they're the ones who make the movies happen and stuff and everything.
It's like
That's not going to happen because we live in a visual world.
Right. It's like being in in a nursing home. When you're the STNA, you gotta wash them, bathe them, clothe them, feed them. You gotta do everything. But like you gotta go report to the nurse, and the nurse just come in, give them a pill, give them a shot, and boom. Like, but the nurses get paid more than the STNAs or the CNAs.
They get all the glory.
We're the eyes and ears.
Actually, in entertainment, I know that behind the scenes people think they do make more than the actors. Just like how when it comes to music, the record owners they make more than the artists.
That's true. Actually, the artist is the last to get paid.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They get paid the least amount, especially if they don't own it. Especially if they, like the thing I really admire about J. Cole is like he does everything. Like, I mean, he has had features, but, like, for the most part, like,
very rare.
Everything is his.
Yeah.
But he's still paying Jay-Z.
That's fine. But he produced it, he mixed it, like, all of that.
Well, you got to, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, you're an artist. You got to pay the engineer.
Yeah.
You got to pay the producer. You got to pay the publisher. You got to pay the manager. You gotta pay the record label. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay your band, your DJ. So time you can make a song can make $7 million, but by the time you get paid, you may only take 1.5.
Yeah. Right.
If that, if you're on a 360 deal, you're on a 360 deal. You're not gonna even get that.
Yeah. And that actually leads me to this other question. Like I believe I may have asked you this before, Ace, but but it's still a question for both of you. So being somebody who y'all both artists, and all of us here are in the entertainment. What would you say, honey, is probably one of the biggest challenges you have to say is in this field? Not just on anything, just with radio, music, any.
Well, the hardest one I really say is it was music for me at that point in time because I had put my heart and everything into it, and a lot of my equipment was stolen. You know what I mean? So it kind of like, it took a lot out of me. The equipment was stolen, the MacBook, the Pro Tools, like, the music, like, all of it was gone. So it was just like, it killed me. So initially, I'd write here and there, but it kind of like, it was just like, man, whatever. Like, I can't even do it on my own because as a female, you counteract those weird encounter situations at studios. You know what I mean? Like, being a female just in general. So it's like, so I kind of took a step back from it, and, this whole year or so, I just kind of been, like, finding my way back into it.
Okay. And Ace, someone who has, who also has some experience in the music and has dealt with, with people who, with, like, managers and stuff like that. I mean, what would you say is probably something that was probably a challenge, or what would be some advice you would give to, say, a young artist who's dealing with a label? Because when a young artist is getting offered a lot of money, and of course they're gonna flip out.
Cars, dances,
and like you said, the artists don't realize how much they gotta pay when they get that money.
It's all about this: how much you willing to sell your soul. At this point, in the music business has changed. No one's signing Madonna, Michael Jackson record deals anymore, and they're just signing 360 deals. And a lot of people don't understand what a 360 deal is. And I think the biggest challenge right now. First, let me answer the first question that you asked, Honey Bad. The biggest challenge, really, in the music business right now is just keeping everybody's attention, keeping people focused, and having them taking you seriously as an artist. Because we take Lil Baby serious, you know what I'm saying? We take Drake serious, you know what I'm saying? But the independent artist is just as serious. That's the hardest part, is people taking you seriously on your music. Right. Don't just listen to me once if you like the song, listen to it again. Add me to your playlist, Yeah. But the other question, as far as like the music industry and getting the signing the deal, you want to know how much you want to sell yourself, because you're going to lose. I don't give a damn who you are. You're going to lose. In that record deal, you're going to lose. You're going to lose some of your publishing, you're going to lose some of your writing. You have to figure out how much I'm willing to lose, you know what I'm saying, to get this game. And if I do get this game, how can I make enough to be a household name so when they get done with me and they drop me from the label, that I'll still be able to work. The key in the music business, you may not, only 3% is going to make it as big as Mary J. Blige, Michael Jackson, even R. Kelly. 3%. You want to make the 5% where you get dropped and you still can get a job. That means, let me explain this a little bit better to people that don't understand. When your record deal is over and you drop your 5 albums and they don't renew you no more, you want to be able to still make money and still have your road manager or your manager and still be able to do a show, still be able to get a gig, still make a guest appearance on a television show, still be able to work. You want to be able to work where you don't have to go back to a job. This artist, they went back to Walmart.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Working a
it.
regular job, up there is all over. They budget their money right. They spend their money. Athletes do it too. That's how I wanted it to be. And I know what I know now. That's how I would have done it. I'm not saying don't cut a record deal. You know what I'm saying? Because dude, they're trying to get your name out there. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like you mentioned Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi, he can end his record deal today. They can drop him. Kanye West could be done with. But he has a household name. He still will be able to work. He would still go down to the casino and do a show. You know what I'm saying? Bone Thugs and Harmony. They ain't signed no more. But they can still work.
Oh, yeah. Because
Jodeci
they be doing
ain't
tours.
signed no more. But they can still go to work.
Yeah.
You want to still go to work.
Yep.
That's the thing. So that's the best advice I could give to anybody. And if you want to sign a record deal, I would never tell nobody, don't sign no record deal. Stay independent. Then you got to think, well, how much money you got in the bank? People don't know. When I put my music out, I spent thousands of dollars to put my music out. I spent a lot of money to get my music out on Google. You type my name on Google, Ace Man got an album out. That's cost me money.
Oh, yeah.
You know
I know it definitely do cost a lot of
those
money.
radio interviews, those little magazine interviews with the source and all that stuff, that cost me money. I have to work. I work 2 jobs to do that. It don't. I ain't got no manager. I ain't got no executive producer. I had executive producer, but that's another show.
That's another show.
And I talk about my association one day, with Zap Band and Roger and all that kind of stuff.
You was with Zap and Roger.
Yeah, they had the same manager and how things got fought. I mean, that could be another show when you talk about, paying attention to what you sign. You know what I'm saying? And pay attention to the fine print. A lot of people don't know the fine print. They sign your record deal and they pay for that plane, they pay for that bus ride, that outfit, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff you want, them hotels, they don't know that's coming out your budget.
Yeah, your budget.
Yep.
Your budget.
Yeah, the women you want in there, the drinks.
Yes.
And you want them cars in that video. That's coming out your budget. So when it's all over with and it's time to pay that money back, and you realize you ain't got no money because you got to pay all that back.
So okay, so would you say some of the managers are really as bad as they? So would you say that some of the popular managers within the industry are as bad as people make it portray? It seems like they are guys like Jerry Heller, Pebbles, the one who was the one guy who was managing New Edition.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, him.
Okay, look at this though. All those people that you named that had those managers, all those people are household names. Pay attention it's a when you get into music, it's a sacrifice. If you got a manager nobody don't really know about, you're probably not a household name. I'm not saying what Pebbles and all those people did are wrong. L.A. Reid, Babyface,
L.A. Reid,
all them. I'm not saying they're wrong, but we know who Outkast is. We know who TLC is. They household name. If TLC was together, all 3 was together, they'd be working, making some good money. Right. More money would be working, going to work every day. Sometimes that's just the way. That's the way of the music business, and it's just like that in Hollywood. There's sacrifices you have to make it to the top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's sexual sacrifices and all kind of stuff like that. That happens behind the scene that the ordinary people just don't know about. There's things that I went through when I was 19 years old. I dropped my first album. I used to be so happy walking the Coconuts and Severs, my CD there. my friends in high school buying my CD and everything.
I
And
remember coconut.
it just shows you how old I am. When people actually went to the store bought
That
your
was
CD.
like my favorite little, like, it was like a plaza of like random stuff.
Coconuts, you said was the name of it?
It was a record store called Coconut.
Yeah, coconuts. Yeah.
What was it? Records?
CD.
Yeah.
Just imagine, you 18, 19 years old, you get out of school,
And don't
your CD in the store.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Coconuts, and don't forget Peaches and Herb was
Peaches
also
and Herb.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, Peaches and Herb.
That was up at the Lee Harvey Shopping Plaza and on the west side.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know about going by physical
Nicky's,
music.
the Joy of Music.
Oh, yeah, Joy of Music,
Music,
definitely.
I remember seeing Joy and Music somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Joy
still,
Music
it's
always
still
had my
around.
CD in the front. They wouldn't put it out. You know what I'm saying? You had to buy
Yeah,
it
it's
from the
still
front.
around.
And they never did pay me, so.
Oh, yeah, because Tim. Oh, let me shut up.
Uh-oh, we got some more facts on it from Miss Facts. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna keep that to myself. But the Joy Music is still around. Shout out to his mother, Pat.
Oh man,
That's a
that is so
blessing.
funny.
Beverly, yeah. His mother and my mother went to school together, and then of course, I don't know if y'all know Mr. Milligram, who used to be a host here at the station, but he is also a music historian and performer. He was a living legend. He's still a legend, but he worked there for quite a few years, and did a lot of stuff with Joy Music. So.
Oh man, that's wonderful. I'm trying to remember the last time I even had walked up in there, man.
Well, who buys physical music anymore?
Exactly,
yeah, nobody.
Yeah, nobody. Well, some DJs do, for their turntables.
Well, they're not even using everything's virtual now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Some of them do have turntables, and like it's like $69 a record now.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Chicago.
This costs a lot more money to physically make a vinyl now than a CD. Just to make a vinyl, yeah.
It's costing some coins.
Yeah, it costs some coins. I mean, but know what though? Europe is still buying physical CDs and everything.
I mean, I still got some.
You said what? Well, hey, man, I'll still buy some CDs. Like, hey,
one day when you in house and your internet don't work.
Yeah.
Now you can't play no Apple, no nothing. Now you got CDs.
Better cut on that surround sound.
No. They got stuff to solve that. You can download your music now from Spotify and Apple.
I mean, what if your phone go dead? Now you got this battery boom box to listen to CDs on.
Hey, I'll still fuck with a CD and buy one from the CD Game Exchange. Like if I see, if I see a reggae mix CD at the CD Game Exchange for $2, hey, I'm gonna buy it. Yeah, exactly. See, hey, I will go in there. I will buy it and I will play it in my little Mitsubishi Mirage, aka Candy. Up. Yes, I will do that. Oh wait, oh yes, my other guest just walked in. Oh, hey, put that shit on. And yes, we on camera. Damn it, you gotta make me look good. Okay, let me introduce my other guest. Yeah, we on camera.
Where's the camera?
Right there. Go to the camera.
Facing that way.
Let me put my best out.
No, the camera's right there.
That's
the camera.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, man, I gotta get my ratings up.
I was on camera.
Yeah, you've been on camera every time you came in here.
Oh wow, I'm glad I shaved today.
Hey, well.
I gotta get this gray out. You know what I'm saying?
Gray? Oh man, I didn't know you had gray. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Now everybody knows. Thanks a lot.
Oh man, yeah, and the viewers know it. Oh man, dude. Hey, you may never know, man. The women might like you as gray. Yeah, some gray can be a turn on for some women. I'm just saying.
Well, it does represent wisdom, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
That's what
Yes. And let me welcome my third guest, who is also back from last week, Miss Vianca. Yes, aka Andrea Day's doppelganger. Yes. The one who was in, what's the name of that movie?
I mean, I can see it.
Yes, Andrea Day. Yes. I forgot what movie she was in. Billie Holiday. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yes, you definitely can be. You definitely can be her stunt double.
Yeah.
I used to get
Well, now
a
she
lot
looks-
when I was younger.
She actually favors Billy.
The real Billie Holiday?
Well, you know what my grandmother kind of looks like. I have my grandmother's tattoo on. She kind of reminds me of Billie Holiday.
Oh, then that's a good thing, then. You look like Billie Holiday and you look like the movie star, then, dude, that means that they ever do a reboot, that means you could probably play her.
Hey, as long as
Shoo
I
in.
get close to the money.
Yes.
Close to the money.
Well, yeah, because they do a lot of reboots of bios. And speaking of movies, so I just saw the trailer for for the new Halloween, and I'm hoping that this is the end.
The last one was horrible.
You thought the last one was
They
horrible?
really still
Oh,
do
it
like
was
closer.
bad.
Right.
Dude, so
what
here-
number are they on?
this is number like I don't know. Overall, this got to be like number 15, I think.
You're not playing. Are you serious?
It's got to be. If you're counting the old ones
Wait,
and plus the new ones, yeah,
At least 6 or
Yeah.
7.
No.
there's
Oh.
15.
There's-
it's got to be about
Cannot be.
15 of them,
Are
or
you
maybe
sure
10,
about
maybe
it?
10, maybe 10.
That doesn't even
Six or
sound
seven.
Okay,
right.
we got, see, we're about to use some internet.
That doesn't
But while he's
sound
okay, so while he's looking that
I
up,
think it's at least 12.
while he's looking that up,
That many?
but while he's looking that up, my question I had was, okay, so and this for everybody. What movies do you think they need to just stop making? Because
What you talking about?
Fast and Furious.
there you go,
Oh,
Fast and
yes,
Furious.
Would that please be one?
Because they just announced that they're doing another
Obviously,
one.
Halloween, they on 72. You know. But
Oh, it is one called Halloween Ends.
Yeah, that's the newest one. That's the
Is
newest
it
one.
ending like in real life ending?
I hope so.
Like I don't know how many.
13.
It's 13 Halloween.
13.
So where did I stop at? I don't even know.
I was.
Okay, so that one where Jamie Lee had threw Michael Myers over the ravine, and then she thought he was dead, he really wasn't dead, and then she had to go kill him.
Oh yeah, that was
And
Halloween.
then
Was
it
that
was
Halloween
LL
H2O?
Cool J. So
That's Halloween
that
H2O.
one I did
Yeah,
not like, yeah.
I was disturbed. So which one is that?
that was Halloween H2O.
So what number is that?
I don't know. That's got to be like number 5,
I
I
mean,
think
you
maybe.
have-
No, number 10 maybe.
There's 5 more.
Well, no. He said it was. Oh, was she
12.
going through it?
So this would be 13.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's number.
13.
What number was Halloween H2O on the list?
H2O would be number 7.
Okay.
So it's like 3 more. That's still weird. Like I thought they were done.
Yeah.
Well, this last one's called Halloween Ends, so maybe they
it's
might
in
be
real life.
maybe it might be done. Hopefully it might be done. I
They
mean,
lost me after the resurrection. Yeah.
Well-
yeah, that was a.
well, me. So I'm a big movie nerd and everything, and I be watching like cast interviews and stuff like that. So really, what it was that when it came to when they came out with Halloween back in like 2018, and Jamie Lee Curtis had all her grades showing off and everything. I guess what they was doing was this. The plan was to erase all those Halloweens like H2O, Resurrection. They're pretty much saying forget all that happened, and they want to and they wanted to start the Halloween that came out in 2018, pretty much make it like that it was taking place after the events from the first Halloween that came back in the 70s. Yeah, that's what they was trying to do. Yeah. But hopefully Halloween Ends does be the end. I mean, you may never know. It may not be in the next Halloween we watch.
They got to end it.
Oh, they got to end it? The next Halloween, I mean, you may never know. Next Halloween we see Michael Myers
I don't care
killing
if they
people in a
change the
wheelchair.
character and make him a daughter that go around killing somebody.
Man.
They got to
Yeah.
do something.
And I thought
Or
they
the
was
little
done
girl, the little girl from there.
Yeah.
But she grown now.
I mean, yeah, but what
She's
if
gotta be like in her
mental?
20s, 30s
Yeah,
now.
she's an adult, but
Like
what
a
if
whole
she
adult.
just snaps one day and
Yeah.
What if she's
something
the chick
triggers
from?
her?
What if she the chick from You? And we don't even know it yet. Like maybe this gonna plop it on us. Like this is the chick from You. You don't even know it yet.
Or like the Fast, and like you said, the Fast and Furious. Like I think after the Paul Walker one, I think they should have been done after
Yeah,
that.
You know
me
what?
too.
I just
Yeah.
want to say that because I refuse. After nope, I won't, and I haven't. I'm an adult, and ever since the Paul Walker one, I will not.
Yeah.
I just don't do those. Like some things don't have to be explained. You don't do that. Like you don't do that, Tyrese. You guys did the wrong thing. It wasn't okay.
Yes, because then they did that one. They did Hobbs and Shaw.
How do
which,
you not
like
feel
that.
some kind of way? Like Paul Walker, every time you say it, it makes you feel some kind of way. Like why would I watch it? Like that was the whole
Yeah.
reason why we watched it. In the first place, little hot blonde and blue eyed, like, hey Paul, what's up, Paul? I might go on the other side for you, Paul. You know?
Or how about no more Scream? Because they just
Yeah, I heard they got a new one.
Yeah, they're making another one, but get this, Neve Campbell, who plays Neve Campbell, who plays Cindy Prescott, had announced that she won't be doing it because of money. So
Like how
the
much
main
money?
star,
Money is tight.
yeah. Well, I guess she feel like she's
Money
worth. She feel like she's worth more.
Well, she should have did what's the one thing with Wild Things Part 3?
So she should have done porno. Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying because if you need some money, because sex sells, right?
Yeah.
You
And
know?
I'll make a video with her. So
I just feel like certain things they
I'll do a
just
video with
leave
her.
certain things alone. Like people are not really as creative as the greats, so it's just kind of I guess hard for people to transition past what they're used to and try to give you something different.
Like Pet Cemetery. If
Yeah.
Please do not make another one.
Oh yeah, well they did the reboot, yes. Yeah. And I hate reboots. I think they need to quit doing reboots all the time.
Just don't say the one. Don't say it.
Yeah.
Don't.
Don't say it.
Please, God, can we switch the topic?
Well, I heard Top Gun's new.
Nope.
Well, that's a sequel.
What?
Not what made that. Well, I never saw the first one.
Was you like, yeah, let me go see Top Gun with my girls? No.
I mean, I wanted to go.
I mean,
you was not excited about Top Gun.
I mean, it's a sequel. It's not a reboot.
Who could
but
pass up a Tom Cruise movie?
I don't even like Tom Cruise. You do? I'm trying to even think. There's only about 2 movies of his I probably like. His movie's been weird
you
to
mean
me.
to tell me you was like, yeah, I'm gonna go see like Vanilla Sky? I was confused.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, that was the most weirdest movie ever.
I was playing with my mental health.
You know how you had to watch it again to make sure you saw what you saw the first time?
Yeah, I can understand Vanilla Sky.
And I got that then, but it was just like, well, why? Like, where did this?
But I did like Top Gun Maverick. I mean, but Confession, I never did see the first one, so I guess I better watch the first Top Gun.
You should probably not have done that because now it just does. It's gonna be weird.
Well, but thanks to the internet, I was able to look up what happened. So,
but it's not the same thing as cheating.
Well, okay. Well, what's wrong with
cheating?
Hey, nobody ever got to be a movie critic being honest.
Do you want somebody to make you eat white dog shit?
You said what?
Do you want somebody to make you eat white dog shit?
No, not at all.
Exactly. That's what it's like. It's like it's cheating. It's like eating white dog shit. You cheated. You didn't watch the first one first. You cheated.
Now I don't ever want to cheat again because it made me think of dog shit. Oh my
God. You ain't never seen Step Brothers?
Well,
yeah, I seen it.
Faithful in the relationship.
You remember when he was getting bullied and they were trying to make you eat white dog shit?
Yeah.
You cheated.
Oh my goodness.
How do you see the second one before the first one?
Well, okay. Well, I might as well tell you. I did that with Coming to America as well.
Oh my God!
You didn't see the first one?
You ain't seen the first one?
I saw some of the first one.
Take the mic away.
You have not seen.
How do you
well,
not?
Like I said, like I said before, nobody ever came up with a critic. Being honest, okay. Well, hey, you really, hey, Honey Bee. So,
I was about to walk out of here. What you mean?
Well, no, so Honey Bee might jump out the window when I tell her this. So guess what movie? Guess what other African American movie I saw for the first time?
You talking about week from last week when I asked you, did you see?
What? You said what?
Moonwalker.
What's Moonwalker? I never seen.
Ooh!
I never seen Moonwalker.
All right, I gotta go.
Well, no, you're probably gonna jump out the window with this one. So,
I'm going to get something to drink. Lord Jesus.
So a few months ago, I finally saw. Drum roll, please. I finally saw New Jack City for the first time.
Oh,
yeah.
Why are we still in here?
Was that because somebody was playing it at work?
Well, no, that's because. Okay. Well, no, that was because somebody had mentioned it, and yeah, somebody had mentioned it, and they said something about Nino Brown. I'm like, who's Nino Brown?
Oh
and then they said, how old are you, Ryan? I told them, that last year I was 28. So then they said 28, and I was like, okay, so you may be able to get away with it but yeah, they was like, watch New Jack City.
My children, I have children younger than you that have seen New Jack City.
Well, my parents didn't allow me to watch rated R movies when I was a kid.
But you're an adult.
But I still never heard of it. That's why. Otherwise, if I would have heard of it when I was a kid, I would have been watching it a lot.
That makes no sense.
But my black card shouldn't get taken away fully.
Your black card already took. It's coming. You cheated on Coming to America, and then you don't even know what kind of.
I don't know who.
What kind of human being are you?
Same thing when I had my hair colored for this movie. When I had my hair colored orange, they was calling me Big Red. I didn't know who that was.
Oh.
So I had to watch the 5 Heartbeats.
Are you talking about the 5?
The 5 Heartbeats, yeah. And then
he is 28, though. I can see him missing New Jack City.
Yes. Hey, I saw Baby Boy though and Soul Plane when I was a kid. So
Soul Plane don't count.
How Soul Plane don't count? Soul Plane, everybody.
Baby Boy, man. I
Baby Boy.
Baby Boy.
You allowed to have one.
And I have Soul Plane.
and Higher Learning. I did see that when I was a kid.
Okay.
Have you
Okay,
seen-
what about Crooklyn?
Yes, I saw Crooklyn, even though it was depressing, but yes, I saw it.
Crooklyn wasn't
Yes,
depressing.
it was. I felt bad for that family.
No, that's how life is in real life.
It is. So it's not like Coming to America?
No, if we come to America, that's fantasy.
That's like
man.
Wakanda, like before Wakanda was Wakanda.
Right.
Yeah, you got a point there, yeah.
Zamunda, then Wakanda.
Okay, well, yeah, that is true.
See, it went from Zamunda to Wakanda.
Yes, and I when I was a kid, one of my favorite also black movies was Clockers, the Spike Lee movie. I
Okay.
did like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You might
So-
could have maybe kind of sort of redeemed.
Getting better.
Okay, so I'm somewhat redeemed. Yeah.
Have you seen Juice?
Or
Oh.
School Days?
Yes, Juice. Yes.
Okay.
Now I saw parts of School Days. But Juice used to be my shit. Yes.
What about?
Oh, now Boys in the Hood is my favorite movie of all time.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
That's one
And,
of
Oh,
and
yeah.
then and my second favorite is Menace Society.
Okay.
Yes.
And then my top 4 favorite movies are Boys to the Hood, Menace to Society, The Players Club, and Dead President.
Colors.
Have you seen that?
What?
Nope.
What's that
Oh,
movie?
my
South
goodness.
Central.
Oh, South Central. Yes, with Glenn Palmer. Yeah, him.
Okay.
Schneid.
Okay.
Yes, and what was I'm trying to think what the other one was that I like.
What about the original Belly?
Belly. Yes, the original Belly. It was only one original Belly.
Yeah, it was only one.
No,
It was only
one.
They made another one.
There's
Remember
no-
the game
it's like
was
a
in
part
Oh,
two.
that
I
was
didn't
a
see
sequel.
that.
Yeah, I mean that was garbage. Yeah, I saw it.
That must have been trash because
It
I
was
didn't even
very,
see
very. It was very trash. Yes, I don't like that shit.
All right.
I don't like
I'm
that
about
shit.
to pull your hood card. What about repos? Don't play with me.
With Master P, yes.
All right, that's
Michael
what I'm talking
Blackson,
about.
yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
He was like,
Michael-
hit me here, can't fuck fight.
Yes. I don't think a lot of people, man, knew about that movie.
No one knows about it, but if you are really like a special and genuine and unique person, you know
I don't know.
repos.
You don't know
It's
Repos?
okay,
Oh.
it's gone.
Well, okay, well, I can't come at you because of
Cause
look
she
at
know
everything I
all
had
the
seen.
stuff. She know all the
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, but look though, how can Soul Plane not count? That was the
'Cause
first
it don't
bootleg.
count.
So you know what? You could count it. I just don't count it. But no, if you could count it because you know what? Once upon a time, there wasn't a lot of black movies out. So it was just fun just to see ourselves on TV.
True
And
that,
that's
true
just
that.
what it was. I mean, you see a movie with all black actors.
Mhm.
Now you usually see a movie with 1 or 2 black actors.
Right.
I mean, that one black that may have he may be a co-star. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just like I was excited when they put out Blade.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
I was
he
ready for
wasn't a
Blade
big
too.
famous Marvel character.
Mhm.
No, he
Because
wasn't.
just to see a main black character,
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Just even seeing Storm.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Or
saying?
Spawn.
Or
Spawn.
Spawn was
Yeah.
It was okay.
It was.
Spawn was okay, but if
Spawn
you
was one of
wasn't,
the movies you watched when you was bored, like, oh, let me put this in.
Oh damn.
you know, Spawn was actually pretty good. It was
And I
just
just
hard to
bored, just he
understand.
wasn't
Yeah.
He was just he was just taken by a demon. Was what it was.
Maybe because I was a kid when I first initially watched it, I was just like, I'm just gonna watch it.
Another unpopular character.
Mhm.
See, yeah, that's one. Or now all they need to do, they just need to do one about Static Shock. They need to do one about him.
Who's that shot?
Oh man. Okay. Oh, I forgot. Okay, I gotta remember. Okay, I'm a '90s baby.
You talking about
Static Shock is I don't know. He's like a late DC character. He he came out like in the
why would they
80s.
make a Static Shock when they got Black Lightning? I mean, how many
Well,
black
you got
people
him,
got
too.
to have electricity power? We got other shit than that.
Well, yeah, that's true. Hey, well, look though.
Shit.
I'm trying to think of that one.
The daughter, she's fire electricity.
Mhm.
Well, this is one
I
DC
like Black
villain.
Lightning, like, I don't
Yeah.
know why they don't,
They didn't bring it back, or why they canceled it. You mean?
it's just some things
Man,
are.
look at Luke Cage. You know, man, he's
Luke Cage lasted for a hot minute, and that's when Netflix.
Well, Luke
was
Cage got canceled because Netflix lost the
Netflix was
contract.
big.
yeah. I mean, you see, Luke Cage is the definition of a black man never dying first. 'Cause, you know that
Yeah,
young man.
Luke Cage,
is,
that was actually how a true black man would act.
He
He
was
had
like
power.
our John
Yeah.
Claude
Yeah.
Van
I
Damme.
mean,
yeah.
Yeah, he was our black John
And,
Claude
and,
Van
and,
Damme.
and before we get into our next topic, there's just one more movie I just thought it just came to mind that you still gotta give me my black card points from, and it used to be my favorite when I was a kid. Don't Be a Menace.
Oh yeah, that was a great movie, but I know what
What?
you're saying.
Oh man, that
Not
was
to me. This is my
You
personal
think so?
opinion.
dude. The Wayans brothers is like the funniest comedy family.
Oh yeah, that's
and the
right. You like comedy.
Yeah, they're
Like,
like
that's
the
the
funny-
kids' lunch.
messy. Oh man, dude, this has been so fun. Oh my goodness. Again, y'all, man, if you want to call in to give us any questions, concerns, or to give us some grief or some shit, or if you disagree with what we've been talking about, you can give us a call at 216-939-5087. That is 216-939-5087. I thought he was gonna say it again.
I mean, I was going to, but I was like, why is it birthday?
Oh, there you go. Well, you birthed it. Well, you birthed the numbers in. There
So I
you go.
couldn't even
Oh well, they heard it twice. If not, then hey, tough shit.
It's a double.
Yes, it is. And
we really do want you to call them. We really want to know your opinions. Anything, like we said, what you disagree with, that you agree with.
yeah, because we love to
hear you.
Yeah, we definitely would. Because on here we talk about anything and it gets funny.
Oh shit! that made me jump. What the heck?
Jump.
We got over this other.
Oh yeah.
We got to get it right the next show. We got to do tequila. We don't do no wine.
Well, hey, wine is good when you're dieting. I'm preparing myself for this weekend. No man.
What's going on this weekend?
I'm going to Philadelphia because I'm in a frat. I'm a Sigma, and
Okay.
the Zetas are having their boule in Philadelphia. So I plan on turning it up.
Don't have that much sugar. No excuse.
You said they don't have that much sugar.
Nah.
Well, actually, you're right.
I didn't say Remy Martin. I didn't say no whiskey, no bourbons.
Or you didn't say Old English. So
No, I'll do Old English.
That's
That's old back in the day.
That's like one of them.
Liquor crack.
That's one of them. The world about to end. You got to just be something good for the world. Then I got to drink that.
You're not good with wines?
No, I really don't drink wine.
I don't know. Is there? I don't even know. It may be a bottle opener in there.
I love wine.
What you do?
What'd you say?
Yes.
You got nothing to open this up?
It's in the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm gonna open that wine.
An extra cup? Should be one in the kitchen.
Ryan?
You said
Oh,
what?
never mind. I'll get it.
She said she'll get it.
Thank you, Maria.
No. It's just that we're live right now. That's why.
It is your show.
Yeah,
Right.
She can't.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Unless I let one of y'all Wayne Brady my show, but no, they. But
Well, I mean, I can hold it down for you.
Don't worry about y'all.
Oh no. Decisive got it. But here was my topic because we're actually gonna do part 2 from what we did last time, which was a great topic, and it is about I want to finish up on the single parenting and the child support subject.
Oh.
Yes. Hey, that was pretty fun, man.
It was.
It was.
I wasn't there, so I don't know.
So we was talking about how some women look at child support as a hustle.
Well, this is part 3 because we talked about.
Okay, well this is part 3. Yeah. Okay, it's part 3. So with part 3, yeah. But so for the last 2 parts, we was talking about about women who look at child support as a hustle, and then we was also talking about how some of the men some of the single male parents feel like they don't get enough credit for for paying the child support.
I mean, a lot of them don't. Like, I had a segment on my show a while back. Like, a lot of male single fathers don't get enough of the repetitive recognition the way single moms do. Like, it's always single moms this, single moms that. Like, I'll be like, man, we know. We had the babies. They either cut them out or we pushed them out. We know, but like, what about these guys who say the mom passed away, or the mom was like, I want to slide on the pole. Like, what about them dads who always had a kid, or the mom pop out another kid for somebody else, and they got that kid too. Like, they got all the kids. Like, what about them? Like, initially, like, they don't. I don't want to say they don't want to be seen, but they want it to be like, I shouldn't have to tell you that I need to be seen, because they don't. Like, there's a lot of guys that. Like, I take my kids to, relatively the same parks. So, for, the last 2 years, we've got, 3 main parks. And there's, a lot of single parents out there. But, I've noticed certain males that come with the same kids. Obviously, these are your kids or not, or whatever. But, initially, most men can't even pride on, I take care of my kids because it's such a bad stigma.
No, my wife was raised by her father. So I know exactly what you're saying. And lots of men just don't even want to just deal with the being noticed like that. You just do what you have to do. You know, those are just real men. We just talk about the mothers all the time because you know, mama always holding it down. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you got a father that's holding it down on like a mama, you really blessed.
That's not a rarity, y'all.
It is.
I beg to differ.
Okay. It is.
Okay, because first of all, and I'm not saying it because it's prominent for men to have custody of their kids and be whole families in my life, but that's just that one of the stigmas, just like poor neighborhoods that they're trying to put in on our culture, and it's not the truth. It's so many. The black men out here that have custody of their kids that are with their families, so they ain't out here hollering about this shit.
Right.
Even though it's unfair because it's taken away from them. They got this stigma on our culture that we got these poor neighborhoods. Well, how could they be poor neighborhoods if all these Asians and Arabs are able to come in and make all this money and go live in Westlake and shit?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing.
Work on East 105th and drive.
Come on now. You know what I'm saying? They drive their raggedy cars out here. Because when you go over to their neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? They driving Benzes and all that. Yes, same thing with our culture. They trying to put this on our culture like our men. No, first of all, it's not the majority of our men. Just like we ain't 13% of the population, that's just retarded in itself. You know what I'm saying? But all these stigmas, that they trying to put on our culture is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? There's tons of black men that's out there taking care of their kids. So a lot of them got custody of their kids. You know what I'm saying? They don't have custody of their kids, and they are single men out there. We got our fair share of them, but guess who we don't outweigh? European Americans, just like with welfare. They try to put welfare as an onus on our culture and stuff when the majority... white... Look, y'all.
I think they're like 60.
These ratings about to go up.
They're like a high 60-something percent, where we're like 40-ish.
Just like why y'all think they're trying to fight this abortion stuff, because too many of them are getting it.
And this is what it really is. They mad because it's not enough of them and it's more of us. So what they gonna do is
we don't die.
They gonna
we multiply.
They gonna see how
smart this
is gonna work, because what's gonna happen is, you know, Sally and Joe, they.
No, it's the Mexicans. This is what they talking about. They ain't worried about us. It's the
but
Mexicans.
I'm saying, like,
they worried about us.
The
Mexicans ain't as powerful as us.
They're not as prominent as they used to be because everybody's a mixed breed now. So by everybody being a mixed breed, whether it's black, Puerto Rican, Vietnamese, whatever, like everybody is mixed breed. So there is
when it comes to my brothers and sisters, I'm the only person that married within our race.
You know?
Both my brother and sister, they married to white people.
And so it's like honestly,
I mean, I don't have anything against white people, but you know, I love my black men.
Me neither.
So
but the truth is the truth.
B especially loves the light skin.
No, I like my meat grilled.
They like it grilled? Oh man, well that's kind of tan then.
You know, have one hot dog, make it dark but don't burn it.
Oh snap.
They put some lines
to it.
There was some lines to it.
That was a good analogy. That's why I need another glass of wine.
The abortion, yes, and that abortion. So how do you feel about
They're doing that. They're doing that because there's not enough white people in the world.
This smells like Mount Avenue, but it's not.
They're doing it because there's not enough white people in the world.
Say that. Say that again. Say that again.
They are making the abortion law because there's not enough white people in the world, Craig. It's not enough of them. They're like, oh, everybody's black, everybody's mixed. We gotta figure something out. So think about it.
Glorious.
60-something%.
Glorious.
Of the white nation have more government assistance than us black folks and other people,
Man,
right?
I can't even get government assistance.
So the thing with that is,
we can't either.
The thing with that is,
unless you're single and got kids.
John and Kate ruined it for a lot of folks. That's why the government is like that. John and Kate plus 8, they just made it all weird. All of them little sex tuplets in them, like they made shenanigans.
Yeah, we can't get it either.
Shenanigans. So what they're doing is, outside the Amish country, you know, the other kind is like they're, I want to say extinct, and I'm not saying it like that, but they're non-existent. Because if you think about it, like,
people get welfare.
I have some relatives that look just like John and Kate, but they got red freckles and red hair. But they're just half as black as me. They just, you know,
they look like, oh man, they look like Pippi Longstocking.
They got red freckles. I got light brown freckles. You know, but like initially, it's in their blood. You just can't really tell. Like my great grandfather, he looked just as white as that paper, but he had black hair.
Oh, that's just like my great grandmother.
You know what I mean? Yes, like he was half black, half Irish. So it's like you can't really tell now. So like some Caucasian folks really be having black in them and they don't know it.
Yeah, they don't like it either.
And it offends them.
I work, because I work when I live here. When I interned across the street,
it offends them.
And they had that DNA day. Ooh, listen. Somebody was mad to find out they had 5% African in them.
It was pissed.
He was uneasy as hell about it. He ain't shit.
I don't know.
I never spoke to him again unless we had to work.
It's like watching it. If y'all ever seen If Loving You Was Wrong, like you seen how Eddie and them was about Randall, like oh they couldn't stand Randall, like
that was so crazy. I remember my great grandmother, man, like she was like she could pass for white, but I would always ask if she was white. She said no, she was black, but she had a white mom
because she's black.
Yes. And so I told her this. I was like, you know what? I was like, that's cool, man. So now so back in the day, you was able to use both white and black fountains, toilets, everything.
I mean, you think about it, she had that opportunity.
You use that one in your show.
You know, I am.
She definitely had that opportunity. She probably did.
Oh, and by the way, you know, which camera? Oh, that camera. You know, that's also ladies who I got my eyes from, too. You know, just a little hint. Yeah. Because she had blue eyes. So, yeah, it skipped her son, skipped my dad, and then it went to me. So, yes, I was the chosen one with that one. Yeah.
The chosen one.
Man, that was... But you know what? You are right, though. And... Because I didn't even know that I even had... Because I got some... You know, I got white in my family. And
we probably all do.
Yeah, we probably all do, for real.
Because, you know,
if your ancestors were from Alabama, Mississippi.
Yeah, they were. Alabama. They was from Alabama, yep.
I got very little. Very little.
More than you think.
Oh, baby, listen, let me tell you something.
Besides of, like, we from Africa. Man.
I got it. Hey, listen, I got it as much as I know. Let me show you.
They try to say that fair skinned you are, you know, you can tell.
Wait a minute. Let me go ahead and pull it up for you real quick. Let me give you the results.
She on Ancestry.com.
Let me give you the results summary, baby.
I said if you're fair skinned, you have some Caucasian in you.
Some. Man. I just told my dude, man. I was really giving my great grandmother props. I'm like, yeah, you was able to get away with a lot. You know, man, no dog. Yeah, no dog bites on the ass. No, don't spray by fire hoses. Wait, what was that?
So let me let the people out in Radio Land know. You're Irish. You English.
I'm Kennedy. I'm a Kennedy.
And look like you got some Sweden. Is that Sweden?
Yeah. What else?
Norway. You a little bit of Norway in you.
Mm-hmm.
You said you're Irish? Oh, man.
But the percentages are under.
The percentage is Nigerian.
Decisive, man. I'm gonna need you to hook me up.
Like my Wales, 1%, Norway, 2%. It don't count. It don't count.
But you got a lot of Irish in your.
You do? Oh man.
I got 6%.
That's a lot.
I'm a Kennedy.
So Decisive know how to hook up some corned beef. Okay.
Dude,
damn, that was racist.
That was.
You got 6% of
lean meat, please.
Some people Aborigine in you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness! I wonder what I got in me.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Why? Because the way I talk.
I mean, not saying it like that, but like, how do I know my DNA going to where it's
supposed to? Yeah, what are you doing with it after?
I get more than one, and then have your parents do it too.
Right.
Because my parents did it. My parents is on the way. They stuff on the way as we speak.
Oh man.
Now I gotta go find some hair.
No, they'll send you a kit. You swab your mouth, throw some spit in there. Shake it up.
I can find all this out.
It starts. Why would they have to cheat that though? What would they get out of it? I'm just asking.
I mean, not saying, but as a woman, when I had my last baby, they tried to take my placenta. First of all, leave it. It's not done. Well, we're gonna leave it. No, it's not done. Like they kept trying to take it because they wanted to do research with it, and because they thought I was all geeked and I wasn't paying attention. No, I put my placenta down. Like put it down.
Did you let them take the cord blood? Because mine is in the bank. I did. I ain't gonna lie, because let me tell you something.
And what they
If
did was
me
they
or my
took it to
daughter,
the-
my husband, if any one of our family members end up with cancer, that cord blood's gonna help us.
Oh man.
See, I get that, but like diet plays a part in that too.
I get that, but some
But it's like they take it and
some of the healthiest people though done came down with cancer still.
It's like, you know, on your
Sometimes
license,
you
like
just
I'm
get a
not an
bad
organ donor no more. You know what I mean? I used to be an organ donor, but I'm no longer.
Oh no.
Why you not an organ donor? I'm just curious.
Because
No,
like you're not gonna take my body and just be giving it to people that don't need it.
I mean,
that part.
You can put it in.
That part,
said in a
because
wheel or-
she's right about that.
Yeah,
She's
like
absolutely
that.
right about that. She's right about that, y'all.
Organs like we need.
Yeah,
I work in dialysis, and we don't have enough African American or just people of color.
Because we scared y'all gonna take our stuff and do
I
weird
know.
stuff.
I understand
And
you're
look,
scared. I'm scared too, but we do.
And it's not gonna go to
my
a qualified
Thursday night show host
participant.
after this show, my Thursday night show host is not here because he been waiting on a kidney. I saw a white man come in after him and get put on the list. DJ House over there, WONE. I'm just putting it out there. He got put on the list like years after Rob Coleman did, aka Rob C, the Hypnotic Band here on Thursday night 7 to 9. He got put on the list after him. He got a kidney. Rob's still waiting. I'm just saying. She's absolutely right about that.
What they gonna do is, I'm not trying to be funny, but they're gonna take my black kidney
and give it to she said
a Karen or a Kevin.
Yeah. Like she said, you still can put it in a will.
But how do you know?
They not gonna abide by a will. That's just for our personal.
Like,
What I'm
instance,
saying, I'm not disagreeing with what she's saying, but I'm just saying that I work in the field and I see people of color waiting. You know what I'm saying?
They don't wait because they not white.
They don't get the kidney.
They not white.
Well, I'm not gonna say that because I have a friend whose brother. I mean, I don't know if military status played a difference in it, but VA got him a fresh pair of lungs. He running around here with 18-year-old lungs on him. So, God bless him for,
But it's always exceptions. Some of us we will get lucky, like we hit the lottery. Every once in a while, you may get one of us hit the lottery, but the majority of us are waiting.
We're just wasting our damn money.
But a lot of black people aren't
even
even able to get on those lists because of their diet, their health, their background. So that plays a part too. You know what I mean? Like, not being funny, but like initially, when you grow up kind of having a liking to something, you kind of pay attention to patterns. And it's always been a pattern to, we gonna be put on the back burner. You know, we gonna be in the line, but we back here.
We're back on back runner, yeah.
We're right here. We close, but we.
But the decisive. I mean, so I was curious. How does that test go with finding that out? You said you said they do like a swab or something?
Yeah, they send you a kit. You swab your mouth. You put saliva in a tube, and the test starts even before you. Once you stick the tube into this little thing that they have, and they put in the mail and secure it. Tape it up.
Dude,
put it in the box and mail it off, and 30 days later or less than, you get your results.
I gotta do it, man.
Because the only way I do that is if I low key get a job there and then do it, so I can see how it works. Because I'm serious. I will randomly let me do a little time. Let me get a job up in here.
And they break it down according to your maternal and paternal side.
That part.
How much does it cost? How much do it cost to get that?
They always got sales. They start out being $99. Now you can get them. They always got sales for $59 and $69.
See, that sounds too good to be true.
I gotta get that, man. Because what if I'm related to like Warren Buffett or somebody? I want to get my billions.
And you do get a list. All the people, whether it be through a tree or not connected to a tree, you do get what do you call that? Hold on a second, because I'm lost. I'm stuck.
Like relatives.
Yep. DNA
Close
matches.
relatives,
You get matches. Yeah. Either through your tree that you create or through the DNA.
Okay.
But also, do you think some of those people want to be contacted after not knowing you for so long?
No, but that's an option you have.
And it's the option, but it's also like, you put forth the effort a lot of different times with different families. So it's like, do I want to try some new people?
It's an option.
I think it's an option.
It's good to have that
anybody.
option.
Right.
it's good to have that option because a few years ago, like 2017, I mean, I kind of always knew, just based on patterns that I saw growing up. But I thought my sister and I always had the same father. Well, apparently, after my mother was already deceased, but after my grandfather died and we were at the funeral, I just happened to mention the name to my aunt, and she was like, "Oh, well, that's your auntie," and I'm like, "Well, that's not his sister." So let's elaborate on that a little bit. And so, come to find out, I'm supposed to have a whole totally different family. And I'm like, thinking on this really hard. And I remember my mom taking me when I was a lot younger over to a family's house. And, they were like, "Oh, you look like so-and-so, and you look like so-and-so." And so when my mom and I left, I'm like, "Well, what was that?" I was like, "Oh, don't worry about that." Never again did I see those people. And just recently, maybe 3 weeks ago, it was just in me to ride over to that house and see if that family was still there. Out of nowhere, it just came up, and I mean, they moved. They're no longer there. And it's crazy because one of the girls I went to high school with, she knew we were related, and we didn't get along in high school, but later on in the adult years, seeing her in the bar, I'm still holding a grudge. Like, why you talking to me? And she's telling people that I know, like, "Hey, tell her, we related, we cousins," and I'm like, "What?" What?
I want to know.
Yeah, so I mean that to have that option, I think that would be helpful for somebody. You can only get a yes or a no. Welcome to the family, or yeah, nah.
See, that's why. And see, now that you just put it in perspective like that for me, like I kind of feel like I should do it, maybe just because I want to. Like growing up, like a lot of Smiths wanted to date me, and that's my mother's maiden name. So every time, like, let me see your auntie, your cousin.
Right.
You ain't none of my family.
Right.
Like everybody was a Smith for some reason. That's my mom's maiden, so I just was like weird. Ain't too many Badgers.
Hey, that's why when I go down south, I know not to talk to no women down there. They could be a Polk.
And if anybody with the last name Long, we know we related.
Like,
no matter what side of town you come from, if you got the last name Long, y'all cousins.
Same thing with the Black Kennedy. Same thing if you're a Black Kennedy.
Okay.
You're related. We are related.
No. Proceed. I gotta see a picture. See.
Or Parham.
Parham.
Or Hainsworth.
Before the radio show in, I do want to announce, I've been a cigarette smoker for 26 years. I'm 3 weeks removed.
Yeah.
When you talk about health,
those ones are like, "Thank you, man. Thank you, man."
But you can actually feel it's weird because it's like I feel a healing process. Even though it may not be, I feel that way. You know what I'm saying? I was just on the treadmill and I'm like, "Hey, you just jogged for 6 minutes?"
That's what's
up.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's
Congratulations.
I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. I've been smoking for a long time.
Nice.
Brought my first pack of cigarettes at 23.
Wow.
Oh, that's crazy. I started when I was around that age. But I only smoked for 3 years. I was just like, you know what? As cigarette prices kept rising, I'm like, this just doesn't make sense to me. This is not a habit I want to have.
Hey, y'all want to hear about stupid me? So I would smoke cigarettes and have a cigarette over here blowing it out. Dumbass.
That's why me and my friend got caught one time. We was upstairs in her auntie's bathroom smoking some weed, right? Like I'm talking about, I was like, "Oh,
I didn't say weed."
Before I had a chance to really know what it was, she was like, "Well, we gotta hurry up and smoke this cigarette before my auntie get here, right?" So we in the bathroom and the window cracked about this much. I don't know why she thought this was smart, but I'm young, so I don't know. So we just like this. Like, "Well, how do you smoke a cigarette?" She's like, "The same way you smoke weed." I was like, "All right." So we was out the window and her auntie pulled up. She's like, "Well, it's no point in you hiding it because I see the smoke coming out the window."
Oh, damn.
Well, you got caught.
Smoking cigarettes.
Smoking cigarettes. cigarettes though.
Wow, that's funny.
We got to smoke a
Yeah,
cigarette.
that's funny.
And it was the kind where you had like in a bag and you kind of put the tobacco in the thing.
Oh,
So I was like, how do you do that? She was like stuffing the tobacco in this little thing and she slid the thing up and pulled that little thing. I was like, oh, like that's some different kind of stuff. Because one was green and one was brown.
So
yeah, that was
honey,
a fancy girl cigarette.
honey, bad. Also before the show ends, we also got to mention you to tell this. Where can the listeners find you at?
Well, currently, I have an IG and a Facebook. Facebook is Honey Bad. That's BADD. That's B in boy, A as in apple, D as in dog, D as in dog. And that's on Facebook. And on IG, it's honey_bad. BADD _1111.
BADD.
Yes. Because they always mess up my last name.
I almost want to say double G.
But that's how they do it. They be like Badger, like it's Badger, like it's like Wisconsin Badgers with 2 D's.
Okay.
So no one can really.
I need you to type mine and say I got this big booty girl. It's not you.
It ain't me.
It's Buffy the Body.
It ain't me. Maybe about 20 years ago, but not now. It ain't me.
And does anybody want to give any shout outs before I close out?
Shout out to God.
Yes.
Shout out to the universe. Shout out to being abundantly abundant. Shout out to you for inviting me on this show.
Oh,
shout out to my babies.
Yes.
Shout out to y'all being great and lavish. And shout out to me because I just love myself. Like,
Go ahead.
Miss
Go ahead.
Vivi.
Honey.
Shout outs.
Shout outs to everybody. Much love to everyone.
Well, especially me.
Yes, thank you for the invite.
Yes. Ace.
Thank you for coming back.
Oh, yeah, thank you for coming back too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have no shout outs. I want to say thanks for inviting me to the show again.
Oh, of course.
Come again. Next week, if everybody please tune in next week, because we're going to be probably talking about the different types of tequila.
Oh, yes, we are. Yeah.
What you should drink.
I think we all should come back and we all should bring our favorite bottle of tequila.
Well, I'm the host, so I'll try the tequilas. Since I'm welcoming y'all to the studio. So yes.
Well, I don't drink tequilas, but I drink one.
Yeah.
Well, when you become, I became a vegan like almost 2 years ago, and like they don't call that shit spirits for no reason. And I just like one time when I was at Pins and Needles, I had to get a drink to get this cool mug. That was the one time. It was a Moscow Mule. It was really good. And it was weird at the same time because it was ginger beer. Like it was weird, but it was like. But I wanted the cup that bad. She was like, "Well, there's no wine." I was like, "What kind of establishment don't have no wine?" So I was like, "All right, let me just do a little bit." But it was dope. Like other than that, like
meals.
I think I've had one in the green bottle before I became a vegan. Like no, it was blue. Don
Julio. Yeah.
That's top of the line.
Yeah.
We need to actually have a show, and like maybe you can educate a lot of our people about what it takes to be a vegan. A lot of people think about wanting to be a vegan because it does help with. If you do it right, it will help with lowering your cholesterol and your arteries clear. And have less chance of having a heart attack. The problem is how, but how?
My thing was cold turkey, but for some people, like it's baby steps, and it's really as simple as starting off with your favorite fruit or your favorite vegetable. You know what I mean? It's that simple. Just to start with your favorite. Like get up in the morning, slam your favorite fruit for breakfast. For a snack, get your second favorite fruit. For dinner, like add something without meat, without even thinking about it. Right. Before you realize it, like stuff will start to taste funny to you. You be like, ugh. Or when you cooking it, it start to smell different. Like my children are not all the way vegan. My little one, she's like halfway there. Like that's really about road. But my oldest one, she just macaroni and cheese, nuggets, burgers, whatever. But initially, like they've been watching me almost 2 years, and like, well, let me try that. My baby picked up an avocado and licked it. Like I was mad at her, but I was like, you tried it because like why you put it back on my plate? Who's gonna lick it and put it on my plate?
That's definitely got me.
But it's like I'm proud of you because you would have never even tried. But you see, well, mommy, I want to be like you, so let me try this. Let me eat these grapes, or let me. But they caught me putting sea moss in their smoothies one day.
Oh man! We
I
definitely gotta talk about that one day.
They don't trust my smoothies.
I don't think I necessarily want to be a vegan.
But it's baby
Me too.
I mean,
Me too.
Yeah, and
That's
when you
where it was
see
at for me.
Yeah.
Cause I'm a nerd, so I like to read. But like when you just like, oh, that's my favorite juice, and it's like, oh, like my favorite still like
You
it
could have had
ruined.
some red wine. It's no beat.
I mean, I had it.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, but hey, that's definitely gotta be one. That's definitely gotta be one. But yes, well, so you guys, yes, we actually have to get ready to wrap up right now. Want to thank you, man, for tuning in to the Rap Radio Show with me as your host, Ryan A Polk, and tune in next week from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. where yes, we'll be talking about anything. So just tune in. Thank you again for listening, and we are out.
Howdy.
Next we gotta talk about this tequila.
Oh yeah, we can. Yeah. All right.
What to drink? What not to drink?
All right. Group photo.
That was fun. That was a good show. We got to do it.
Well, it's live. It's like,
Oh, people
we'd like to thank you for tuning in to the R.A.P. radio show here on the station where we don't bring no static, but we show no bring the noise on staticradio.net. Make sure you check us out on social media where we absolutely love to hear from you on Facebook.com/No Static Radio LLC, on Twitter at No Static _radio, on Instagram at TheReal_No Static Radio, and on YouTube at No Static Radio. Also, if you guys would like to listen to replays of this show and others on NoStaticRadio.net, please make sure you check us out on Mixler.com or Mixcloud.com. Just type in No Static Radio in the toolbar for replays of this show and others, and for continuous streaming, no rebuffering, no refreshing the page. Just sit back, relax, and wait for your next show to pop up. Check us out on TuneIn.com, live on LiveRadio.net, or MediaQ for continuous streaming of this show and all others on the platform. And for all things No Static Radio, including up-and-coming events, merchandise, and an in-depth look at all our great show hosts here, please check out our website at www.nostaticradio.net. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned. We got the blind man Rob C coming up. We'll bring the noise, hearing your voice of the revolution. NoStaticRadio.net. Powered by Google. Sponsored by Lamont Avenue Wines, the Cleveland Rugby League, and Design Me exclusively. Be safe. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.